Hi there and welcome to Buzzer. This video is going to show you the basics of creating a new site and how to set up the basic things like layout and design so you can get a feel for how your site's going to look. So once you're already logged into Buzzer, you will have a create a site link. Clicking on that, you have a few fields to fill in here. One is the name of your website. This will actually appear on the website at the top. You can enter a tagline if you like. And a really important thing here is to choose the URL for your website. So this will be the subdomain. The dog will create the site for you. And then you get to select the template that you want to have. This is sort of your base look and feel for the site. And so we have this basic black and white thing, but we have a selection of templates you can kind of scroll through. And as you select them, you can see a live preview, so you can sort of pick which one. This is sort of what you're starting with, but you can modify that, which is what we're going to see. The next step here is for doing features, and you can see we have some tips, and we also have these help buttons here, these question marks. So if you get to a page that you're not sure what's going on, you can always refer to those to help guide you along. I'm just going to go ahead and leave my features and permissions at their defaults and launch my site. And then I'm taken to this layout area, and you'll see that I have over to the side here I have a little widget panel which I can move around as I would need to, and you can get to this on your admin panel under design and layout to come back to it. Now within my widget panel you can see we have quite a variety of widgets that you should probably spend some time scrolling through and just sort of getting familiar with, but varieties of things that you might want to put into the layout of your site. We have some community things about just sort of who's there and what they're saying. We have social stuff like Twitter. And so the widgets sidebar is lists everything you have, and then the widgets, there's some widgets that come already, and it's all drag and drop. So I can move these around and change the layout of my site by simply just dragging things to where I want them to be. So let me actually scroll through here and add a new widget. I'm going to add tags. Let me drag that over to my right sidebar, and I can just drop it in. And so it goes ahead and puts that in there for me right away. And I can see how that's going to sort of affect the layout of my site. You notice we have these empty boxes here where I can drag widgets, and it's telling me that right now that area is just empty, which means it won't show up when I go look at the final layout of my site. So if I close this up and I get out of the widget area, you can see that left sidebar was empty in the widget screen, and so I don't actually have a left sidebar on this page in my site. So this is an important thing to sort of keep in mind when you're dealing with your widgets. You're actually affecting the layout, the number of columns that you have, and what things you have. Now if I go back into my widgets here, and I drag that tags thing over into left sidebar, now I'll actually have a left sidebar. So let's add another widget. I'm going to add some gallery images here. I want to have, images showing up in my sidebar. And you can see it just goes ahead, pulls that stuff in for me. This is using the sample content that comes with your site. We also have settings for the various widgets. So if I click the little wrench, it opens up a little settings pop-up window. And I can change the information in here, and different widgets are going to have different settings in here. Obviously this has to do with images, so it has settings regarding that. This is set to thumbnail, which is this small image. If I change this to small, that's a little bigger than a thumbnail. And I change the grid. We also have visibility, so I can say I only want to see it on this page, or I want to show it on all pages, which lets you sort of customize the layout per page on your site if you want to. So I save the settings, and you can see it updates immediately and shows me what I've done that changed. I changed the size and the grid. I can also modify settings on the widgets that were already in here rather than new ones I've added. So if I click the settings wrench here for this multi-purpose widget, the multi-purpose widget is great because it lets you do pretty much anything. It's sort of like free text. The great thing here is so you can add images. You have a regular WYSIWYG toolbar so that you can sort of format things, the text the way you want it and such like that. I'm just going to change this to be a simple, just a simple sidebar block here that's saying that we have wine tasting. So I'm going to remove the sample content that was in there and just go ahead and put in a little bit of text about our wine tastings that I want to have show up. so that people know about that. Put my text in. I could format this using the WYSIWYG if I wanted. You notice on visibility, this is set to only show on this page, which is my home page where I'm editing it from. I could change it to be on all pages, but I'm just going to leave it for just this page, so you can see how that changes things when we come back and look at it. So there's my wine tastings. I don't want that down there. I sort of want it right up front and center here, so I'm going to stick it all the way up in the top of the left sidebar so folks see that when they first come to the site. And additionally, I can remove stuff. So, Buzzer's giving me some basic stuff. I don't want it. So the little red X, I can just go in and remove a widget at any time. It's going to ask me, do I really want to do that? Yes, I really want to delete it. But even if I've deleted it, so now I deleted the Twitter widget that was in the sidebar there because we don't have Twitter on this site yet. But I can always put it back. So you can just go to your widget toolbar and grab the widget and stick it back in there again. So deleting it doesn't just completely blow it away. It just removes it from the layout of your site. Another thing I want to point out here is this blog, this main content is also a widget. So this is actually a custom page widget here that's displaying all of the blog entries on the front page. So I could change what the main content of the front page is here as well if I wanted to. I'm going to go ahead and leave this as blog because that makes sense to sort of have that information on my home page as the main content. And then if I click get rid of the administration stuff, you can see my wine tastings is showing up in the sidebar. If I go to another page on the site though, that wine tastings multi-purpose widget that I had there goes away because I had the visibility set only on that front page. So that can be really, really handy. It's a pretty cool thing that you can do. Aside from the widgets to affect the layout of the site, we also have a design tool that lets you actually change sort of more of the look and feel of the site here. So there are some basic things that I can set to change that design. I picked a base template, but now I can sort of modify that a little bit. So I could change the font. So instead of Georgia, I'd rather have Helvetica, say. I can upload images that will change how the site looks too. So I can add a logo to the site. And I can change like I want to add an image for my header. So let me go ahead and pick that out. You can see it's highlighting it in red what is going to be changed. And so here I have a header image, so I can go ahead and select that, and that'll pop that into the header for me. And see what else I have here. And then here's a background image. It's just a repeating background image. Each of these also has an advanced setting, so you can actually go in and if you know a few other things that you want to have, you can change things like the background color and position and stuff. So I'm just going to do those few items there and go ahead and click save so you can sort of see how this looks. And so it just sort of replaced everything. So I took that base template, added some of my own customizations, and now it's looking a little more like the site I want, except it's got this weird My Winery thing underneath there. And so I can actually hide that site name because I now have a logo up there. I don't need the actual site name showing up. I can also set my logo position, make sure it's snug to the left there. So I'll go ahead and save those few changes. Keep tweaking, getting the look more and more the way I want. That's pretty cool. So let me go up and close this admin panel and let's go back to the home page so we see some content here. Close that up and you can sort of see this site it's becoming my own. I took that initial template, but I've been able to really customize it. And then one last feature I want to show is the advanced design tool. When you go into the advanced design tool, you're basically given just an editor, a direct editor of the CSS file. So you can go in here and if you know CSS, you can modify directly anything that you need to really tweak things out and make it look the way you want. Another important thing is this undo history. So even whether I do it in advanced or in the UI, the basic design tool, it keeps a history of everything I've done. So I can roll back to changes. So if I really screw things up, I can save myself. So this video has shown you some of the basics of setting up a site, creating it, dealing with widgets, changing your layout, and modifying the design of the site so it really looks the way that you want it to be. If you want to find out more information about this, go to buzzer.com.